The people the world calls lonely, psychology often sees as some of the mentally strongest people you'll ever meet. And if you genuinely enjoy spending time alone, there's a good chance you possess a psychological strength that most people completely overlook. Most people assume that being alone is a weakness. Maybe you're depressed. Maybe you're socially awkward. Maybe something's wrong with you. But psychology tells a very different story. First, there's something important you need to understand. Loneliness and solitude are not the same thing. Loneliness is the painful feeling of being emotionally disconnected, even when you're surrounded by people. Solitude, on the other hand, is a choice. It's the peace you feel when you're comfortable in your own company. Psychologist John Cacioppo from the University of Chicago, one of the world's leading experts on loneliness, spent decades studying this difference. His research showed something surprising. A person can spend every day around friends and still feel deeply lonely, while someone else can spend an entire day alone and feel completely fulfilled. That's where the biggest misunderstanding begins. Not everyone who's alone feels lonely. Some people have simply learned how to enjoy their own company. Have you ever noticed what happens the moment you're finally away from everyone else? The first few minutes feel strange. Your mind starts replaying old conversations. Random memories pop into your head. You suddenly want to check your phone, open Instagram, reply to messages that aren't even urgent. Anything to avoid sitting with your own thoughts. But if you resist that urge, something unexpected begins to happen. Your mind slowly settles down, and that's when the real magic starts. Neuroscientists discovered a network inside the brain called the default mode network. Research led by Raichle found something fascinating. When your attention isn't focused on the outside world, your brain doesn't shut down. It actually becomes more active. This is when your brain organizes memories, connects ideas, imagines future possibilities, processes emotions, and quietly solves problems in the background. So even when it feels like you're doing absolutely nothing, your brain may actually be doing some of its most important work. That's why your best ideas often show up in the shower, during a long walk, or late at night, when the rest of the world is asleep. And it's just you and your thoughts. This is where another myth falls apart. People assume highly intelligent people avoid others. The truth is, they usually avoid distractions. They don't feel the need to answer every notification. They don't feel obligated to attend every social event. They don't believe they have to be available 24/7. Why? Because they protect something far more valuable: their mental energy. Think about your phone for a second. When the battery drops to 20%, you close unnecessary apps, lower the brightness, turn on low power mode. Highly self-aware people do something very similar. The only difference is, they're not saving battery life. They're protecting their attention. And that's exactly why they can stay deeply focused on one task for hours. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi called this mental state flow. It's the state where time seems to disappear. Distractions fade away, and your brain performs at its absolute best. For many people, that state happens most naturally, when nobody is interrupting them. No notifications, no small talk, no endless scrolling, just a focused mind, doing meaningful work. History gives us remarkable examples. When the Great Plague forced Isaac Newton away from Cambridge University, he spent months in isolation. During that time, he developed many of the ideas that would later transform physics and mathematics. Nikola Tesla often said that his greatest inventions first appeared during moments of solitude. Henry David Thoreau intentionally lived alone at Walden Pond, not because he hated people, but because he wanted to understand himself. None of these people were running away from the world. They were creating enough silence to finally hear their own minds. Carl Jung once wrote, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens." Most of us spend our lives trying to understand everyone else. Very few spend enough time understanding themselves. Maybe that's why sitting alone feels uncomfortable at first. Your own thoughts become impossible to ignore. In one famous experiment at the University of Virginia, participants were asked to sit quietly in a room. No phone, no music, no books, nothing but their own thoughts. What happened shocked the researchers. Some participants actually chose to give themselves a mild electric shock rather than sit alone in silence. Not because the shock felt good, but because silence felt unfamiliar. Think about that. We've become so dependent on constant stimulation that being alone with ourselves can actually feel uncomfortable. Every free moment becomes another reason to scroll, another notification, another distraction. Maybe that's why. In today's world, being comfortable alone has become a rare skill, and not everyone develops it. But here's the twist most people never see. The people who enjoy solitude don't love others any less. In fact, they often build healthier relationships because they aren't constantly searching for validation. They choose people because they genuinely value them, not because they can't handle being alone. That's emotional independence, and psychology suggests it's one of the strongest foundations for healthy relationships. Modern culture keeps telling us the same thing. Stay busy, stay online, stay connected, always be available. But maybe real growth happens when the noise finally fades, and for the first time, you can actually hear your own mind. We've built artificial intelligence. We've sent spacecraft beyond our solar system. We can talk to someone across the world in seconds. Yet somehow, sitting quietly with ourselves for 5 minutes still feels difficult. That may be one of the greatest paradoxes of modern life. So if you genuinely enjoy being alone, stop feeling guilty about it. That doesn't mean you should avoid people, but it also doesn't mean you have to be surrounded by them all the time. Sometimes, the most important conversation you'll ever have isn't with another person. It's the one happening quietly, between you and your own mind. Maybe that's why the people the world calls lonely are often the ones psychology considers mentally strongest. If you're someone who chooses peace over constant noise, drop the word peace in the comments and join the No Sense Psychology community. Because before you truly understand the world, you have to understand yourself first.